Hi everyone, it's Doreen Ooh La La Vintage Treasures, and I'm here today with a project to share with you. This is using the kit that I previously showed you a video on the wreath, and it's the Heirloom Romance Kit. I'm using the rest of the kit up on this box that came in the kit, so I'm going to share with you what I did. This is what the box looks like, and let me start with the top. So what I did is I added the paper, and the paper that I used is this one right here. This is the paper, and it's the Tea Time by Prima. So that's what the base was, and I started with that. Then I added, I Mod Podged that onto the box. Then I added this mint green right here, and I kind of ruffled the fabric all the way around. If you can see this right here, I kind of scrunched it all the way around to give it a base and add some color. And then I just went to town making flowers. So the first flower that I created up here is a paper flower with the paper line that's in the collection, the Tea Time collection. And I just took like 5 or 6 of the pages, and I used my scallop punch and punched it out. It's about a 1-inch scallop punch, and I punched it out. I wet the paper, then I added, cut a hole in the middle and added a brad, and it creates this really ruffled flower. So that's what that one is there. And then I just added the jewel in the middle and a piece of this muslin right here. And this came off of the bouquet. So I took the bouquet apart, and I wanted to use all the flowers from the bouquet, but I left out the 2 little small flowers that were green because it was a different color green, and I wanted to add the mint green to this. So I created a rolled rose here, and then I added some of the lace trim in the middle, a gold bead, and then over here I created another flower just using the technique with the needle and thread and a circle, going down a line in the circle, making a circle here with the thread, pulling it together, and it makes that little ruffled flower. Everybody knows this one already. And I did the same thing with this one here with a really skinny piece of lace, and ruffled lace at that. And then I added a couple of the flowers from the bouquet right here, and I tucked in the applique under here. So that's the applique that was wrapped around the bouquet. Then I placed underneath this bouquet, you can see this is the Anpheus right there. That's the applique, and it looks like this right here. It's this one. It kind of reminds me of like a crown. This is what it looks like. And so I cut it down in the middle, and I kept the 2 other pieces for something else, and I added underneath, so you can see it peeking out there, right here. You can see it right there. So I added the applique there, and then I made another flower here, and using the fabric that came, the swatch of fabric with the laces attached, I cut a piece of that, and I made a rolled flower in the middle. Then I also made another rolled flower here on the top, and I used the shabby trim and just cut it in a little piece and added it to the center with a pearl. And underneath that I added the leaf that came off the applique right there. And then here was the flower in the kit as well. Then I added a Martha Stewart butterfly and just put 2 different layers of the butterfly here. So you can see that it matches the paper line. And going around here, I added this beautiful vintage earring, and it's really dimensional. I like this earring because you see the little rhinestones right here. You can lift it up, give it some height there, and it's just really sparkly, and I love sparkle. So I did that. I added that to the fabric here, and then I added a key, and I just painted the key with some of this folk art. It's called Metallic Pearl White. This is what I used, and it's just a real pretty pearl color to tone down the brass in the key. And this is a Michael's key. To tone it down, I just added it to the top just to give it some like white color there, and a little peach floret right here, and another one right here that I made. All of these were doing the running stitch, and you get these little cute little flowers. Then I made a rolled rose right here, and I'm going to turn it around so you can see inside. I tucked a pearl inside. Okay, so then as I made these flowers, I just kept adding them and I couldn't stop. I just kept adding more and more flowers, and I just really like how this came out because it's just so chunky and full of pretty colors. And then I also added a piece of that trim right here. Well, it's that lace pocket thing that I have a piece of fabric, and I cut it down, and this is what I did. I just added it to the key right here. Then around the outside, I just put some mint green lace, and the little tiny pieces of trim, I just cut them off and made like little corners right here. See that? So I made that all the way around the box. Okay, and then I ruffled it, just put some ruffle trim right around the top. So there's just 2 layers of the lace. Okay, so and then in the middle, forgot to show you this beautiful button right here. This is a vintage button that came off of a suit. So I put that in the middle, and then I added this really pretty tea-dyed trim right there. So there's a lot of tea-dyed colors, mint green, peaches, and beiges, and creams in this box. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm just going to give you another view. And all the way around. Okay, that's the side. And then I'm going to show you the other side too. Let me show you. Well, first let me show you the inside because I have something inside it also. On the inside, I just painted it with the vintage white by Folk Art, and I placed right here on the inside, I just layered 3 different size doilies and attached it in the middle. So it gave it just something to sit in the bottom. I thought that came out really cute. And I just kept it real shabby on the inside, so it's just painted with gesso and some cream paint, or like a white cream color paint. Okay, so that's that. And then on the outside, I used cork as the feet. And then I added this paper here. This comes in the DCWV Primrose paper stack. So I added that to the bottom and Mod Podged it on, and I distressed it with Vintage Photo. So that's what I did with the bottom. I thought those feet looked kind of cute, and they're really chunky, so I think it looks really good with the top because the top is so full of embellishments. I thought it needed a really chunky bottom to sit well, you know, on the box. So that's the inside of the box. And then on the other side, I just painted it with this pinky mauve color. It's like a watermelon, peach, and orange together. I'll show you the paints that I used for that. I used this Country Colors peach color, peaches and cream. I used that one. And I used this light peony by Folk Art. And what I did is I just took my 2 paints, mixed them together, and I created that pink color. It's kind of a pinky mauve color. So that's how I got the top looking like that. Okay, so that's all I did there, was painted that with that pink color. And then on the inside, with that piece of fabric, I made a little purse pocket. Isn't it adorable? This is the fabric that comes in the kit, and I used some of the strips already, so I kind of created a really tiny pocket here. But I used the lace down here as a ruffle, and then this one on top, and I kind of like scrunched it on top there. And this is basically using the fabric tack on both sides. I just made it into a purse. And then I took a couple of pieces that were left over, and I just created this little tassel type of looking thing here. And I had to glue down a couple of the laces because they do fit kind of loose, but I just love how shabby that came out. Then I added a piece of a doily here, cotton doily, and then this flower at the top, and then I also finished it off with the lace at the top. And I'll show you the back as well. So that's the back, and this is the front. And then I just tucked a couple of my favorite little brooches in there just for something to show you guys in the pocket there. So that was one of my little vintage sparkle pieces. And then I have, so it fits quite a lot in here in this little pouch. And then I have this beautiful piece right here. So I just tucked those 2 in there just to show you, you could fit a lot more pieces in this little pouch. But it makes a great little jewelry pouch, a little gift pouch for somebody. And you could put a little note in there. And I just think it came out adorable. I just love this little piece of swatch of fabric with the laces attached to it. And I'll put a link below to the kit so you could see it. The kit is it's sold out right now, but there's other kits that I'm putting up, so there's always going to be a new color. So if you'd like to have a custom color, just send me a message and I'll be happy to put something together for you. And thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned because I have more things to share with you, okay? Bye everyone.